Welcome to your practice, yogi. This next 30 minutes is your opportunity to unplug from the world, from everything that is literally outside the four corners of your mat. And it's your opportunity to plug inward. So not just your physical body, but also looking at maybe your emotional state, mental state, energetic state as well. And the theme for this practice is rooted towards lower body. So we're going to target top of the thighs, outer hips, back of the hamstrings. In terms of props, you'll need a strap and a couple of blocks. And of course, you're more than welcome to bring anything else along for the ride, whether that's like bolsters, blankets, eye pillows. And the premise for this practice as you plug inward is to really utilize your breath as your anchor to stay plugged in. Because as you know, the mind will love to wander. And so we want to just keep coming back to the breath, not judging when we have an external thought, but rather just noticing, oh, okay, I'm thinking about this. And then your response is, I choose to let that go right now, and I'm going to come back to my breath. That's the restoring. And then trusting that process over and over and over again throughout this practice. So let's begin by getting grounded. So finding a comfortable seat, cross-legged, hands are on the lap. You're going to turn your palms up so you're in an energy to receive. You could even bring your thumb and index finger together if you like. You don't have to. You're going to sit up tall. If you're wearing glasses, this is your invitation to remove them and let your face soften. Take a moment and relax into the first part, your belly. Give yourself what I call a little bit of a Buddha belly. Just let it completely relax. You're still sitting up tall. Let the breath naturally flow in and out of your body. As you draw your shoulders down away from the ears, you feel your neck lengthening, jawline softening. And for a moment, bringing the mind's eye right between the eyebrows. Keeping your mind there, begin to tune in a little deeper to the breath. So working towards a 4-count breath in through the nose and a 6-count breath out through the nose. You can imagine a blue indigo light beaming from that space between your eyebrows, right in the indentation where the brow and the forehead meet. This color, as it radiates, it circles around. And now becoming a little bit more aware of how your breath feels as it's moving in and out of your body. So noticing, what does it feel like when you take a deep breath in? And the same as you breathe out. Notice if you're trying to push the breath in and out, or are you mindfully, slowly drawing it in and then equally drawing it out. And again, in this practice, there is no judging. Okay? Noticing and awareness do not equal judgment. They equal curiosity. That's all we're looking for. We want to be curious about what's happening in the body as well as the mind. And then take one more round of breath. In for 4 and out for 6. Then slowly begin to open the eyes. We're going to remain seated and start our yin practice. We're going to begin with dragonfly, which is a wide-legged forward fold. So sitting on the edge of whether it's a block, bolster, pillows really helps because it stacks your hips and gives your pelvis a natural tilt forward. Okay? So you're going to take your legs out into kind of a V shape, and you're not looking for a really deep, wide opening here. I want you just to go to a place where, oh, okay, this is a big stretch, and then I want you to bring it in a little bit, okay, so you have some wiggle room to play with. Now, if you want a little more support for your upper body while you're in this shape, you can bring hands onto blocks. They could be in front of you. They could be on either side of your thighs. You may not even need them. You might just place your hands onto your lap. In this variation, we're going to keep it contained to the lower body, meaning we're not going to forward fold because I don't want to bring into the back body. Okay, so we're just looking in our thighs here. And then once you're all set up, close your eyes, making sure your feet are relaxed. So your toes could point up, but we're not looking for a strong flex through the feet. Now, if you feel your low back needs a little support, find a gentle drawing of your belly towards your spine. Not a big pulling in like you would in a workout, but just a little bit for support. And now let's settle in to the breath. Inhaling through the nose for 4 counts and exhaling through the nose for 6. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. So we're not rushing, we're not pushing, we're not forcing that breath. Completing each cycle until it feels like it's complete. When you're ready to move, we're going to be really mindful of coming out of this shape so we don't tug on the inner tissues too deeply. Feel free to open your eyes, or you could keep your eyes closed. You're going to start to bend your knees a little bit, one at a time, until you can bring your feet flat. And then you might just scoot off of your support and then start to walk the knees closer together, maybe even using your hands to do that. And then you might choose to rebound by simply extending the legs out, or you might find a cross-legged position. I personally like my legs extended forward, and I'm just going to lean back into my hands. I'm going to let my body rebound, and I'm going to let it restore. All while I notice, what am I feeling? There could be warmth, there could be a tingling sensation in the inner thigh area. You might feel movement or vibration. You might feel peace. And now gently open the eyes. We're going to transition down to the floor. You're going to need your strap and blocks. So we're going to take one block on the lowest setting, and we're going to place that at the top of our mat. Our head is going to land on that for upper body support. And then you can just have your next block close by. So once you come down, first and foremost is making sure that the block is resting at the back of the head, not the neck. And then you'll find your strap, and with both knees bent, you're going to hug the left knee in towards the chest, loop that strap onto the ball of the foot, and begin to take the leg up into the air. Now you can hold the strap with both hands if you like. Some people prefer to hold the strap with only one hand. And your arms can be straight, or some people prefer to have elbows bent and grounded onto the mat. So really, it's personal choice here. You're going to keep your right leg bent and grounded. This is going to support your pelvis, your lower back. And keep a soft micro bend in the back of the knee. And then start to find your breath again. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 6. Now, in a moment, we're going to take a slightly different direction with that left leg. So take one more breath in and out through your nose. And then you're going to start to pivot that left leg slightly in towards the midline of your body. So it's going to start to tilt towards the right side. And you're only going to bring that leg over enough that all of a sudden, rather than the stretch in the back of the leg is what you're feeling, it's more the outside of the thigh, okay? From the outer knee to the outer hip. And you can continue to hold the strap with both hands if that feels more accessible, or you can just hold it in the right hand and release your left arm down. If you feel like your right leg is kind of in the way, just shift it over a little bit, okay? But keep the foot grounded so we're really containing and stabilizing the pelvis. Notice your jaw. See if it needs a little extra softening. Continue to let the breath flow. Take 2 more deep breaths. And then let that left leg be guided back to center. And then you'll hug the knee towards the chest, release the strap. Place the strap over to the right side of your mat. Bring your left foot down. Let your knees touch. Take your feet wide and take a moment here in constructed rest. Your chance to notice. Let the knees separate and bring the strap back into your hands. And this time we'll loop it around the right foot and begin to extend the leg straight up. Again, hold how it feels comfortable for your body. A little bend in the back of the knee, shoulders soft. Find your breath again if it feels like it's been a little lost. Continue to let the breath flow a few more times before we transition that leg into its second position. Now, when you're ready, you're going to slightly tilt that right foot towards the left side, just enough till that leg is on an angle and you feel that transition between the back of the leg to now the outside of the thigh. You can hold the strap again with both hands or just in the left. Come back to noticing. And then I'm noticing it's not only in the obvious areas being stimulated. Like check with the throat, the chest, even the grip of your hand on the strap. All these little, sometimes not obvious places where we might still be allowing the body to hold on. Slowly begin to guide the leg back up, bend the knee, take that strap, release it. You can place it to the side, no longer need that. And then take that block out from underneath the head, place the head back down, and walk your feet nice and close in towards your bum. And then you're going to lift your hips up and slide the block onto the sacrum. So just below your lower back, we're going to come into supported bridge. You're going to walk the shoulder blades apart so your upper back is nice and flat. There's a little slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. And then feel free to keep your knees bent for more support, but take them wide. Some of you might start to walk your feet maybe a little bit forward, but not completely straight. And some of you might want to extend your legs fully out. Go a little wide with the legs if you are extending them fully. And then let your arms just cascade wherever they want to go. Maybe it's on your body. Maybe it's out from your shoulders. Maybe it's above the head, resting backs of the hands onto the mat. And then check in with the area that is directly supported by the block. Can you soften the belly area? Relax the legs and let everything flow. 2 more deep breaths. In for 4, out for 6 through the nose. Then gently guide the feet again, nice and close towards that block. Feet are grounded, lifting the hips, sliding the block out of the way, rolling the spine back down. Pause here for a moment. And then extend your legs all the way out into your final Shavasana, your final relaxation. Let this be supportive in any way that your body needs that support, whether it's blankets, blocks, eye pillow. Let the feet wide, let the arms be away from the side body, palms up. And release any control or awareness of your breath, letting it come back to its natural, unmeasured state. Allow yourself as much time as you need here in this shape. As always, thank you for joining me. Namaste.